Have you ever wondered about the balance of power in a democracy, about how the separation of powers is maintained? Well, an event of significant political interest has recently taken place that's got everyone talking. President Trump has signed an executive order that expands his power over independent regulatory agencies, excluding the Federal Reserve. This move enables the White House to review new regulations, establish liaison offices, and interpret laws for the executive branch. The Conservative Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 is championing this move, citing a Supreme Court decision and potential support from the current conservative-leaning Supreme Court. However, critics argue that this order is a ploy to extend Trump's influence over nonpartisan areas of government, and they believe this could lead to legal challenges and potential changes in regulatory stability in areas such as finance, labor, and trade. President Trump's executive order requires independent agencies like the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Federal Trade Commission to submit regulations for White House review. This move has sparked concerns about presidential overreach, and critics argue that this consolidation of power undermines the intended independence of these agencies and could have far-reaching implications on various policy matters. The order also mandates increased White House involvement in the operations of independent agencies, a departure from past practices. This move is closely linked to Trump's efforts to dismiss leaders of independent agencies who may oppose his agenda, leading to legal challenges and concerns about the erosion of checks and balances. Legal scholars are now questioning the constitutionality of Trump's actions, particularly in light of recent decisions regarding executive power and agency independence. Credited to the New York Times, we learn that President Trump's executive order is aiming to bring all independent agencies under his control, an unprecedented act. These agencies, which hold both executive and legislative powers and supervise areas like telecommunications and environmental protection, are ordered to report to the Director of the Office of Management and Budget. This could potentially allow Trump to control their policies and budgets. Argues this would increase accountability to the citizens, but critics fear it could centralize power in the presidency and threaten the agency's independence. The order's legality depends on whether it merely influences enforcement actions or extends into legislative functions, which has significant implications for potential power abuse. The ambiguity in the order's wording leaves its full regulatory impact unclear. In short, Trump's executive order is a significant political event that may change power dynamics in the U.S. government. This has sparked a debate about the separation of powers, agency autonomy, and the lawfulness of the president's actions. The evolution of this situation will provide great insight into its legal, political, and societal effects. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis like this. Voiceover. We've discussed the implications of President Trump's executive order and the potential shift in power dynamics. Now let's delve deeper into the legal perspective of this contentious issue, an area that has sparked intense debate among legal scholars and constitutional experts. Drawing on comprehensive analysis from the New York Times, we learn that the legality of the order hinges on its interpretation. Does it merely influence enforcement actions, or does it encroach on legislative functions? The latter could potentially violate the separation of powers as outlined in the U.S. Constitution. Furthermore, there is a concern that the order's ambiguous wording could lead to a broad interpretation, enabling an overreach of executive power. This scenario could threaten the independence of these agencies and potentially infringe on the checks and balances which are integral to the American democratic system. As we continue to monitor this significant political event, we invite you to join us in exploring its evolving legal, political, and societal effects. Stay tuned for our next video where we will discuss the public's reaction to this executive order, and as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis.